Now, let's examine how we evaluate and provide feedback on university core competencies as student learning outcomes. Core competencies present unique assessment challenges. They are broad ability that develop across multiple courses and experiences. They cannot be measured in a single test or assignment. We need comprehensive assessment strategies. Let me share two main approaches universities use. The first approach uses standardized assessment tools. The second approach develops institution-specific assessment methods. Let's explore both approaches and their strengths and limitations. There are two main approaches in assessing core competencies in Korea. Uh, First, multi-institutional tools. These extract common core competency factors for university students. KCSA is the most well-known example in Korea. KCSA stands for Korea Collegiate Essential Skills Assessment. About 5 other standardized assessments also exist. These tools has next advantages. First, they diagnose competence level of both individuals and institutions. They enable inter-university comparisons and benchmarking. And universities can see how their students compare nationally. But these tools has limitations. First, standardized tools may not capture what makes each university unique, and they measure common competencies but miss institution-specific goals. And second tools are institution-specific tools. These recognize the limitations of standardized assessment. Each university has defined core competencies tailored to its unique mission and context. Then, the university develops customized assessment tools. These tools has next advantages. First, they emphasize each university's uniqueness and distinctiveness. They align perfectly with institutional educational goals. And assessment results create a feedback loop for the specific university's improvement. And results are directly actionable for curriculum enhancement. Many universities use both approaches. Standardized tools provide external benchmark. Institution-specific tools drive internal improvement. Together, they offer comprehensive assessment of core competencies. Looking at multi-institutional tools, we use significant variation among researchers. Each tool differs in core competencies, sub-factors, number of items, and scales used. Let me show you some examples. 진미석 and 손유미's KCSA has 6 core competencies, 24 sub-factors, 230 items, uses multiple choice, performance task, and Likert scales. 이화원 and 이화순's KCCCA. 6 core competencies, 19 sub-factors, 178 items, record scale only. Park Yongshin and colleagues, 4 core competencies, 41 items, record scale only. Kim Hyun-uk and Lee Hyun-min, 3 domains, 14 sub-factors, 59 items. Others range from 49 to 230 items. What does this variation tell us? There are no single agreed upon definition or core competencies. Different researchers emphasize different abilities. Assessment length varies dramatically from brief survey to comprehensive exams. Despite differences, all these tools aim to diagnose university students' core competencies. All use some form of self-report or performance assessment. All attempt to measure complex abilities, not just knowledge. Choose assessment tools that align with your institutional goals, or develop your own tools that preciously match your defined competencies. This slide shows an actual implementation of an institution-level assessment system. The system includes several key functions. Now, first, item registration. Faculty can register assessment item for competence evaluation. Each item is tagged to specific competencies and sub-competencies. And second function is statistical analysis. The system performs analysis for each item. It calculates difficulty, discrimination, and reliability statistics. This ensures assessment quality. Third function, result inquiry and reporting. Students can review their individual competence profile. Administrators can generate aggregate reports by department, year level, or demographic group. The system produces comprehensive report showing individual student strengths and weakness, institutional average by competence, trends over time, comparison across departments. And the system links assessment result to running resources. Students receive personalized recommendations for competence development. Coaching and advising service use the data to guide student support. This system has key advantages. This systematic approach ensures consistent data collection, reliable analysis, actionable feedback, continuous improvement. Without such a system, competence assessment becomes fragmented and difficult to manage. The technology enables comprehensive competence management at scale. Assessment results serve two main purposes. On the left, reporting individual and collective competence profiles. Students receive detailed report showing their scores on each competence, how they compare to their peers, their percentile rankings, visual representation like ladder chart. Faculty and administrators review, aggregate data by department or program. Cohort comparisons across years, trends over time. Identification of strengths and weakness at the program level. On the right, students customize the learning consulting guide. Based on assessment results, the system provides personalized feedback on its competence, specific recommendation for improvement, suggested courses that develop weaker competencies, extracurricular activities aligned with development needs, and learning resources and support service. Integration with advising. Academic advisors use this report during student consultations. They can provide evidence-based guidance rather than general advice. Students see exactly where they need to improve and how to do it. The power of this approach is as follows. Assessment becomes formative, not just summative. Students receive actionable guidance for their development. Institutions identify systematic gaps in their programs. Data drives continuous improvement at both individual and institutional levels. Without clear uh, utilization strategies, assessment becomes a bureaucratic exercise. With strategic utilization, assessment transforms into a powerful tool for student success. Looking at the actual report interface, you can see how comprehensive the feedback is. Statistical data provided. The system shows percentile lengths for each competencies. T-scores allow standardized comparisons. Students can see exactly where they stand relative to their peers. Year-over-year trend analysis. The system tracks students' progress across multiple assessments. Students see whether their competencies are improving, stable, or declining. The longitudinal data reveals in the, development patterns. And detailed competency analysis after diagnosis, students receive in-depth analysis of their competence levels. The report identifies specific strengths and areas needing development. It provides concrete description, not just numbers. The system recommends specific courses, both curricular and extracurricular. For example, if a student scores lower in teamwork, the system suggests specific courses that emphasize group projects, student clubs focused on collaboration, workshop on team dynamics, and integration with advising. Advisors use these reports during counseling sessions. They can have data-driven conversations about students' development. Recommendations are evidence-based, not intuitive guesses. The left side shows a later chart of the 6 core competencies. Bar graph compare the students' 2-year level average. Percentile ranking appears for each competency. The right side lists the specific learning programs recommended for each competencies. This transforms abstract competence data into concrete action plans for the student's success. Let me share an innovative assessment approach from Central Park East Secondary School in New York. This school uses graduation profile portfolios as primary evidence of competence achievement. The portfolio includes 14 components: post-graduation plans, science and technology, mathematics, historical and social studies, literature, autobiography, community service, ethics and social issues, art, unpractical skill, media, geography, foreign language, physical education. This committee added an oral examination to the 7 graduation requirements. The committee consists of 2 academic advisors, 2 non-advising faculty members, 1 parent representative. After admission, students select and take courses required for portfolio development. Students do not just collect work randomly. They intentionally build portfolios through regular meetings with academic advisors. Advisors help students revise and improve their portfolio entries throughout their studies. The final academic transcript record evaluation results for all 14 portfolios. These appear separately from individual course grades. This shows competence achievement, not just course completion. Portfolios demonstrate integrated learning across multiple courses and experiences. They show what students can actually do, not just what they know. The oral examination ensures students can explain and defend their work. This approach assesses authentic competence development over time. This slide shows an alternative to traditional letter grade. Instead of A, B, C, D, F grades, this report card shows detailed competence description, evidence of student work, narrative feedback on growth and development. The report card displays competencies rather than subject grades. Each competency area includes specific skills and abilities demonstrated, and levels of achievement with descriptive criteria. example of student work or performance. Students receive qualitative feedback showing what they can do well, where they are developing next step for the growth. The circular diagram shows different competence area arranged in a field. This visual representation helps students and parents see the full profile of development. Colors or shading might indicate proficiency level across competencies. Specific accomplishment or project are highlighted. This shows authentic demonstration of competencies in real context. Why use competence report card? Traditional grades do not show what students can actually do. An A in a course does not specify which competencies were mastered. Competency report card provide more meaningful information for students and parents and clear documentation of skill development and better alignment with competence-based education goals, more useful information for future employers or educational institutions. This approach makes learning outcomes transparent and actionable. Students know exactly what they have achieved and what to work on next. This shows a university's actual graduation competence certification system. On the left, the promotional poster, uh, the university branded this as ANU Graduation Competency Certification System. Uh, the university is Andong University in Andong area in South Korea. This creates a recognizable identifier for the program. Students understand this certification validates their readiness for graduation. On the right, the certification criteria table. The table shows specific requirements students must meet for graduation certification. I'm sorry, in Korean. I will translate. Yeah, for main competence areas with detailed criteria. First, personality, 인성, requires completion of at least 60 credit hours. Must include specific general education courses, 1, 2, and must complete at least 2 credits in certain categories. And second, self-development, 자기주도, requires average GPA of 3.0 or higher across all courses, or requires completion of specific pre-graduation test at designated level. And third, creativity, 창의, must complete at least 3 creative focuses courses. And fourth, field expertise, 전문성, must maintain average GPA of 4.0 or higher in major courses. Fifth, communication, 소통, language proficiency requirements, TOEIC, and TOEFs, etc. Or equivalent certification in other languages. This system makes a graduation requirement transparent and competence-based. Students know exactly what they must achieve, not just the courses to pass, but competencies to demonstrate. The certification recognizes holistic development, academic excellence, character, skills, and readiness for professional life. This goes beyond the traditional degree requirement to validate employability and life readiness.